And that must have sounded a little bit familiar. A little bit
What?
I can
familiar.
hear it.
You couldn't hear it.
We
Oh,
can, yeah, we can hear it.
that was
Yeah.
K right there, man. So that was a new intro. Hopefully y'all liked it. This is Ben, aka the Daily B Baller with the Hoop Lifestyle Podcast. Uh, I got Tito over here with me, my guy, co-host,
Already.
doing the thing. And then we got a special guest here. We got Player Mac K. What's good?
What's up, buddy, y'all?
What's
What's
up, man?
going
What's
on,
up? Thank you for
Brody?
coming, bro. Thank you for coming, man. We appreciate you
Mm.
jumping on with us. Um, so Kay's gonna talk to us. This is kind of like a part two of music and basketball. Now we have an artist here with us. Last week we had Junior. Junior was a guy who was deep in the culture as well. Interviewing, doing vlogging, and those kind of things with artists and urban moguls. And now we got an artist here with us today. So we'll get his take on kind of what basketball means to him, how basketball and music relate to him as an artist, and how it's inspired him and moved him along. So, okay, I'm gonna let you do your thing, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about you, how basketball's affected your life, and take it from there, man.
All right, what's up, everyone? I'm Player Matt K. I'm from the Bay Area. Um, I was born and raised in Santa Clara, but I rep for the whole Bay Area. Basketball for me is everything. I love hooping. Um, it's taught me so much about discipline, how to win and lose the right way, how to be on a team, uh, how to strategize. And I've met so many people for music through basketball. So I just, I owe a lot to basketball.
Nice, man. How long? How when did you start playing ball? Okay.
Probably when I was in, like, I really started training when I was like 18, but being around, Filipinos, we love hooping. So I've been hooping since I was probably like 5 years old. I've actually traveled to Philippines and played out there in like money leagues and, competed with a lot of great players that play in sandals and, you know, for real though.
Right?
Yeah, man, for real, for real.
Oh, that's tight, dude. That's tight. So I didn't even know that you played out there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going there every year because my grandpa was out there and they had a lot of tournaments out there. So like we would travel and play and compete. And I learned a lot of zone defense out there.
A lot of zone defense.
A lot
Hey,
of
hey, hey, Ben,
a
they
lot of
taught
That's
that shit over here too.
that's why, yeah,
yeah,
that's why they do it here, I guess. They carried over,
Yeah.
shoot.
hey,
Damn.
yeah.
And it
They're really
works.
tough. They're really tough out there. That's what I got to say about them. Like they'll work in the rice field all day, go play, and then get drunk and then do it again. And like I appreciate it. I appreciate them because it shows you. You know what I mean? Like no matter where you're at, ball is life.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
I feel like, dude, that's kind of one of the things that I've always wanted to do is just kind of showcase the love that culture has for the game. Because I think that's like it's kind of known in our community, but as far as like in the mainstream community of basketball, it's we're all shooters, right? Like we're all the short Filipino shooter at the park. But in reality, man, there's like this whole culture of youth, Filipinos and Asians, and I want to maybe target more towards our Filipino culture that love the game, like love it, dude. Like that want to be successful in it, want to have build a career in it, and there are a lot of people that have done that. We have physical therapists and those kind of things. We have Eric Spolstra, who's has some Filipino. And
Mhm.
I don't think it's a talked about thing where as far as like how much we love the game. Maybe, what do you think about that, man?
About what?
About just like the whole culture, basketball culture and Filipino culture, like how it kind of
Oh
coincides.
man, like Filipino basketball culture. I mean, that's what they live by. Like you know what I'm saying. That's how they were raised, brought up. I mean, I was raised out there. Like you know what I'm saying. So
Hey,
every
did you have the
day it's
slippers
all
on?
that. I had slippers, man. I never had like if you
He
see
was
my feet right
barefoot.
now, bro, it's hard, man. I wasn't like I never like we play out there with no shoes, no slippers, nothing. Like bare feet. Like
It's
I mean that's
crazy.
how it is, man. We just love it. Like we play out there like when it's raining, like you know what I'm saying. It doesn't matter rain or shine. We still as long as you have a ball, man, we balling. So like the community, the Filipino basketball community is big, man. Like there's a lot of people that's not recognized and stuff like that. Like shout out to Jordan Clarkson. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the first Filipino NBA players. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we getting up there, man. This young boy, Kai Soto too. So
Yeah.
he like like our hard work is paying off. I think like you know what I'm saying. All like now with all this training and stuff like that, like they get all this training now. So I think they're more getting recognized for that. And then we have the social media and stuff like that. So a lot more Filipinos are going up there and then getting recognized and stuff. So I mean, like the basketball culture is crazy, man. Like if y'all don't know, man, that's all we live by. Like we just play ball all day. I mean, it's not really to it.
Yeah.
We just ball.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a picture of like they were flooding and the kids were still hooping. I was like, damn, that's
Hmm.
crazy. And I was like, that went mainstream for sure. Okay, were there any like crazy hoopers when you went out there?
They were ballers. They could shoot. They're really good off the screen. The only thing I gotta say is they're not as tough. They call a lot of fouls out there.
Oh, for real?
Um, yeah, they call a lot of fouls out there. But what I mean, they're not. You gotta give them acknowledgement because they're not playing in shoes.
Yeah.
And they're still serving. No, for real, bro. Like you think about that. Being in America, we've always had shoes, so our feet are accustomed to that. We play one time without shoes, we're breaking our ankles out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
there's ballers everywhere, and definitely in Philippines, there's ballers, and they always play for money, for beer. You know what I mean? So they're
So,
always competing
Hmm.
for something.
yeah, yeah, I miss playing out there too. Whenever we go out there, we hoop, and it's a different experience because you're playing outdoors first and foremost. Then you got, yeah, like you said, you got those people playing with no shoes on, slippers and whatnot, and just that whole atmosphere in general is it's a lot of fun, man. And they got like you have like some random dude that's ref that's just like screaming and blowing his whistle everywhere. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So it's a good time, man. I miss the Philippines. I think. Hey, one of these days, man, we got to do an episode out there, T. One of these days, man, we got to
Hmm.
go out there. For sure,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate that. Okay, I thought that's pretty cool that you went out there and you hooped and you played,
And then
competitively.
one thing too, like the support of the people that watches the game, even though it's just a regular game, is crazy. Even though it's just
Yes.
a pickup game, like people watch.
Yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying? People cheers, people support. So that's a big thing too.
it's a
Like
community
they
thing.
they
Yep.
love watching the game, man.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
Bro,
definitely.
when I went out there and I was playing with my family, like, so you travel to area to area, and my family's from the province area. You know what I mean? So everybody would come climb up on trees and sit on trees and look down and cheer, and it was dope, man. It was really a humbling experience for sure.
Fun atmosphere. So I don't know if I told you guys this. You guys know the brand Hoop Crate, right? Player Mac, thank you
Yeah.
for the shout out. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes,
was you. Again, that was him in
sir.
the intro, just in case
Appreciate
y'all
you, boy.
didn't hear. Uh, but the whole idea came about actually on my way home from the Philippines after a trip, because I see on every corner they made hoops out of anything, like anything. They were throwing rocks at hoops. They was, what I'm saying, like they was just pretty much throwing whatever. And that's one of the reasons that's one of the things that inspired the whole brand itself, was that understanding that like hoop is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, everybody can hoop. You go to a third world country and they got basketball hoops, people playing, and any kid can just pick it up. You go to some of the areas here, they have friggin' plywood and a crate as their hoop or whatever. So hoop is for everybody. I think that's a big thing. And when we talk about culture, we talk about music as well is for everybody, right? Anybody can, vibe to a song and really feel it and get in touch with it. And I think that when it comes to sports, they kind of coincide. So, um, you know, okay, just kind of going into our first segment, you're an artist yourself. How long have you been doing music first and foremost? What inspires you to continue to do music, and has basketball played a part in that at all?
Um, I've been seriously doing music for 4 years. I started writing in high school because my ex wanted to make a song. You know how everybody was trying to rap on the computer, so she was a rapper. So
Hey, do
I
we
tried
have
to
that
write.
clip? Actually, cue that clip. Nah,
She's
Hey, we
gone,
gotta go to the
bro.
archive for that.
She's long gone, bro. But she was like, all right. Right. And I was like, okay. So I wrote something. I was like, okay, this kind of slaps. You know, it's during the time of the hype year. So I'm like, oh, I'm on a whip. I'm going 18W, whatever. Um, but I decided to, get into the lab, like a real studio, because, it was just all from at home. And I invested in myself. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start taking this serious. I went to the studio and I was like, okay, this sounds good. And then, I just kept going to the studio and I was like, damn, bro, I'm getting a hit for 50 an hour, and that adds up. 4 hours, 200. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna buy my own setup.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
I ended up buying my own setup, and now I'm just making music consistently. I got down with Jungle Zone. That's a group out of San Jose, California.
Jungle Zone. Okay.
They're pretty big. They're doing their thing, and there's a lot of great artists and videographers and producers that are on the team, and I'm grateful for them as well. With basketball and music, I guess, basketball taught me that I should be dedicated to something. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be. And that carries over to anything more than just music. Like with music, I'm dedicated to it. I'm consistent. I practice, I give my effort, and I'm just applying the same principles that I was applying to basketball to music. So, like I said, basketball to me is everything. To this day, still, I love hooping like more than anything. So,
You still getting
not
shots
loving my
up?
son.
You still getting shots up? Okay, out there in Oregon.
Yeah, for sure. I'm getting, what I mean, I'm doing my thing. I'm training out here. It's just it's different out here. In the area I'm at, there's ballers, but they only come out for tournaments, and it's only invite only 5 a.m. run at the high school. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, there's a lot of, the one thing about Oregon, bro, shooters. Pure
Shooters,
shooters,
huh?
shooters, bro. You know what I mean?
Over.
Like Larry Bird
Larry Bird type
out
shooter.
here.
Damn.
Larry,
Larry
Larry
Bird.
Bird on the farm, bro, putting up shots, and they're very strong, but they're in the sense, like, they're still, they'll call it weak fouls, but they're strong from
Right.
carrying stuff on the farm. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not trying to, diss Oregon, because I love it out here too, but just being honest.
That's
Man, hey, that's
damn.
cat,
He went.
man.
Yeah, he went from friggin' the Philippines and getting those guys in the rice fields to out there in Oregon. You know, dudes in
Yeah,
the
hey,
farms.
Show them hay bales.
Yeah, can't
hey,
play,
bro,
man. These are some
I play,
friggin'
bro.
straight up stuff,
That's
man.
tough.
No, I think even nowadays, like it's tough, like just to get into a game, like you got to find the right park that people are going to be at. Even out here, with the COVID and all that stuff, once you find the park, now you know where to go. But like you said, it's like invite only, so getting shots up is tough unless you can do it on your own. And it's cool that you have your son, right? Is he into hoops? I think I've seen some pictures. You taking him out?
Uh, he plays. I make him drill and put up shots. He's into soccer, so, like, I'll do stuff with him with soccer. But in my opinion, man, like, what I lack that I'm gonna give him is, like, with every sport, I'm gonna let him try. So I bought him a wiffle ball. I bought him boxing gloves, and I'm just gonna see what he likes the best, and whatever he likes, we'll move forward and keep going at it. I want him to hoop, but if he don't love it, I can't force it on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
I think we
That's
talked about
facts,
that
yeah.
last in your show, Ed,
Mm.
in the coach's corner. Having kids like do all different types of sports is important, just to see what they latch onto, and just so they have that experience, and so they have something that they enjoy to do, and they get that
Yeah,
competitive like
exactly. Yeah.
vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they don't focus on one sport too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what my last guest on my coach's corner, like he said that when kids like focus on one sport, they do it repetitively, like, you know what I'm saying, and they take a toll on their body. So like that's why you put a kid in different kind of sports, because like their body will go through a different kind of training, and then that will help them develop, like, better physicality and stuff like that. So like, yeah, that's great that you're putting on different kind of sports, man.
Yeah.
And then just
I mean,
wait and see.
yeah,
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
for sports, like, they intertwine with each other. You know what I mean? When you're playing baseball,
Mhm.
that's hand-eye coordination. So when you're hooping, you're able to control the ball better. You know what I mean? When you're playing football, that's teaching you how to throw and catch, but it's teaching you how to use your body weight so you can back someone down low. So, but my son, man, whatever he wants to do, I'm gonna support him full force, and If he wants to hoop, then we gonna get buckets. We to the league. You know what I mean? If not, it's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's 100%,
Yeah,
man. That's cool.
facts, facts.
That's facts. That's good,
Mhm.
man. Yeah. Hey, Ed, I guess we did learn something from that coach's corner, huh? Yeah,
Yeah, we
hey,
did, man.
tune
I'm
into the
telling you,
coach's
man.
corner every Wednesday. Learn something
Yeah,
like we did.
yeah. Every Wednesday, man.
Every
You learn
Wednesday.
something, man. We
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
every Wednesday.
yeah.
But right now we got Kay in here, and we talking about music and basketball. Like you said, they kind of coincide, man, and they teach you like you said, it taught you that there's work that goes into whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're passionate about. Getting the reps in is important. Um, and right now you're getting the reps in with music, right? So tell us a
Exactly.
little bit about like your daily the things that you go through on a daily basis, maybe when you're doing music, and what kind of work it takes uh, for you as an artist.
Making a song isn't as easy as everyone thinks. It really takes a lot. You really do need a strong team behind you. So you need a producer, someone who can make the beats, someone that can mix and master. Um, so what I do, I have a producer who actually sends me beats. Shout out, Product by Infinite. He makes all of my
Shout
beats.
out.
Shout out
And Burr Music. Burr makes a lot of beats
Bird
for
Music,
me.
DJ Bird.
Yeah,
Shout out to
shout
Bird
out Burr.
Music.
You know what I mean? Uh, but I get a beat and I decide whether or not I like it, and I do that by playing it. And if I could like freestyle in my mind or just like make a melody, then I know that I can make the song. Because there's beats, I feel like some beats they talk to me, like, and I talk back. So um, I go pick some tree up. It's legal, so sorry about that. But I go pick some tree up. I roll up. You know, I I
He's straight
I
taking
play the
us
beat.
through the day. Like,
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey.
Hey, it's good, man. Hey, let us know what to do, bro. It's
I'm just being
good.
honest, bro.
yeah, it's good.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
I set my equipment up, and I play the beat, and I make a melody. Whether I'm humming, I'm like through the whole song, and then I just start writing, and I record. And if it's not good, I'll delete the whole thing. I don't care if I put 5 hours into it. If it doesn't sound good to my ears, then I delete it. I'm honest with myself. You know what I mean? That's one thing that you don't want to over critique yourself, but you can be honest with yourself. If you're not feeling it, how is someone else gonna feel it? You know what I mean? So I spend days
Right.
like 8 hours. I'll spend 8 hours trying to make a song, and if it doesn't sound good, I'll trash the whole thing and restart again. And that's like basketball. Like I'll put drills up, and if I don't make 25 in a row, I gotta do it again because you discipline yourself, and you know what I mean, you train your mind like this is the quality I need, and this is the quality I'm gonna get because I'm gonna keep doing it until it's right. So
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. Yeah, that's good. That's good, bro. It does take a lot of work, and I didn't even realize I think Tito, you was saying that the other day, that like for trainers, whatever you're doing, whatever profession it takes, there's like a lot of stuff that goes on in the background before you get to that finished product. So we don't know
Mhm.
how many songs, Player Matt K's went through before he's actually released this one track. So
facts.
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a testament to like just that perseverance, that determination, and it's something that you can learn through organized sports like basketball. And I think that's huge. That's huge to talk about because people don't realize the kind of stuff you got to do. Like I was doing drills the other day with some guys. Shout out to Gerardo, Gabe, and Eric for coming all the way out um, and doing some drills with me. But when you go through and you play the game of basketball, it's one thing, right? But when you go through and you do the drills that some of these professional and high level players have to do on a daily basis so that their body and their brain is like in tune, it's completely different. And you just get out there and like these guys are, good ballers. And when I go out there and I hoop, I just do what I do. But when I go and I do two ball dribbles or something like that, bro, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like half my brain is having a freaking stroke, the other half's trying to dribble the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? So doing stuff like that, and I get it. And I had some guys out there and they're struggling with the two balls. You know what I'm saying? How to do two
Yeah,
ball dribbles, cross it over, and all that stuff. Um, but you don't realize the more reps you put in behind the scenes, the crazier you're going to be on the court.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the crazier you're going to be on your record, the more music that you go through, the more content and the more, beats you go through, you're just going to have such
Yeah,
a higher quality. But yeah, did you guys
yeah.
want to add to that?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I'm just like,
Uh,
like what we said the last episode in our Coach's Corner, Ben. Like, these are platforms so motherfuckers can see that, like, it's not that easy to make music, or it's not that easy to be a trainer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
it's not
the fact that you over here saying that hard work you put in, man, like motherfuckers can do one song, like it'll take them like a week just to do one song. You know what I'm saying? But like people don't see that, like so now it's like with this right here, with our Hoop Lifestyle podcast or whatever, now people can understand what's going on behind the scenes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
exactly.
like motherfuckers out there now, it's like they just gonna put out any kind of music thinking it's dope. Like you know what I'm saying? So now they don't put in the time and work that whatever like the real artist does. Like you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like mess everything up. Like you can't you can't like put in like you can't just like when it comes to basketball or whatever, like you can't just step in the court thinking that you're gonna do everything, even though you didn't put nothing like no work done or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't practice shooting, you're not gonna be a shooter. If you don't practice dribbling, you can't have handles. If you don't practice
Exactly.
like backing down people, you can't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? So everything that goes behind the scene, all the practices, all the hard work that you put in, man, they'll come out like great. Like you feel me? So that's what Dan was saying. Like all the drills and stuff like that. Like you might never do it. Like you would just see like like me, I have handles. Like I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. Like Ben knows me. Like like I have handles, but when I go like do drills, man, I struggle. I'm telling you, that it's so different doing drills than actually playing ball. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's like so it's crazy.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
I feel like with basketball, with anything, like people have their natural thing that they're good at. You know what I mean? So you don't got to work on that as much. But like there's this quote: "Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard," and I really believe that. You know what I mean? Because I could tell like when if I don't record in the studio for a week and I go back and try to record, I'm not going to be in rhythm and it's not going to be good. My breath control, like my delivery, everything is off. Same with hooping. Like if I don't hoop for a week, I can't get on that court and do what I could do. You know what I mean? So it's all about,
Big
being
facts.
repetitive and, just really making the time. Even if you give something just 15 minutes a day, you'll be good at it. You know what I mean? But people don't understand that. People blow it off and it's just unfortunate. I mean, it's a crazy time right now, so it's a little bit more acceptable because of COVID.
Yeah.
Um, can't really do too much, but I mean, with anything in life, like with anyone that's listening to this, like just I mean, keep putting up your reps and be consistent and just I mean, believe in yourself that you can be as great as you want to be.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter, bro. Like what I mean. You're wiser. If you're older, you're wiser. So move better. You know what I mean? If you're younger,
That's super facts right there, man. When you're
yeah,
older, you're wiser. Because when you were
yeah,
younger, man, all you want to do is just kill, like do like super fast, do everything super
yeah.
fast. When you got older, man, you gotta step back, but like, damn, my knees can't handle that. Ain't that right there?
Yeah,
I know, hey,
You
don't make
get
me bring out my knee
smarter,
pads
dog.
now.
You get smarter when you get older. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
But
facts right there.
to all the youth though, like one thing, like for all the athletes that's listening, you know what I mean? Stretch, do yoga. Don't be afraid to be different. I used to do yoga like 2, 3 times a week at the 24, and people would laugh at me. But it didn't matter because I mean, when we were on that court, I was gonna either lock you down or I was gonna get to the cup and you weren't gonna be able to stop me because I wasn't scared to be different. I wasn't scared to get out of my comfort zone. So a lot of y'all need to make sure you're stretching, doing yoga, eating right.
That's
Don't put no
facts.
bullshit in your body. It's facts.
Hmm.
That's big facts, dude. Hey, y'all know
Big
who
facts.
so you talk about like yoga and doing something different, right? To better your game. Do you guys know, you guys probably know the answer to this, but who is like a master tap dancer? He was one of the greatest of all time. Master tap dancer.
Benny. I don't know.
Right now.
I don't know.
For real? All
I
right.
don't know.
Kobe.
Kobe, bro.
Kobe
Kobe,
Bryant.
he played
Oh,
soccer. That dude is legendary,
he
bro.
play everything,
So
man.
he,
He played
yeah.
everything.
So he was having issues with, I believe, his ankle. Um, and he said to himself, okay, how do I make my ankle stronger? And it's just like you said, you got to do different things, right? So he knew that tap dancers' ankles were stronger, so he ended up taking tap dancing class and became a master tap dancer in the process. Because it's Kobe, bro. If he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it till he's like a master at it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
yeah. So, I,
Everything.
yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool that you talk about yoga and you're right, man. People do kind of clown and like, oh, you're going to a yoga class, bro. Like doing yoga, it's no joke, man. That stuff's hard. Like I
It's
can't.
hard.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it definitely helps build that core strength, flexibility, and those kind of things. So for sure. And so you talked about so one things you just mentioned, like believe in yourself and those kind of things. One of the things that stuck out to me when I'd follow your stuff, man, and I do follow your stuff, is I remember you at a concert and you let the whole crowd know, hey. Be your biggest hype man. You know what I'm saying? Be your biggest hype man. That stuck out to me. I know that, it was a while back when I saw it, but is that something that you still live by? And for everybody out there, regardless of age, like you said, I think that's a real big mentality to have. What does that mean when you say that?
Um, so the reason why I said that, to it was I was performing and there was a lot of young performers there, and I could see that some of them were scared. So I told them, I was like, hey, be your biggest high man, and for me that means just really believing in yourself. Like there, hold on, my bad.
Is it?
Can you see me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yep. Like really, really believing in yourself, bro. Like there's you got to understand that a lot of people already doubt you. So if you doubt yourself, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do. You're not going to be able to move with how you want to move. Like you got to really look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this and I could do this. If you're going to go to a job interview, are you telling yourself I'm not going to get the job or I'm going to get the job? You're saying I'm going to get the job. You're hyping yourself up. You're playing your favorite song on the way there, and you're believing that you're going to do it. So you could apply that to anything. You got to hype yourself forever. Like I I'm sorry, I'm going back to my son, but every night before I go to bed, I ask my son, what are you? And I teach him to say, I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm humble, I'm happy. Because when you tell yourself things like that, you're hyping yourself. So, you just tell yourself, I could do this. I'm going to make it through. Um, I can accomplish anything that I want. I got to put in the work and just forever hype yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, age don't matter, bro. There's a lot of greats. I play with some hoopers out here that are 7 years old that are busting little kids that can shoot because they
Yeah,
put in that work, because they hype themselves and they're like, I could do this.
yeah.
I've been doing this. I could do this. So, yeah.
That's big facts. Dude. That's 100%. I like that, man. Yeah, I think that's one of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to have that confidence, man. Have that confidence on the court. Have that confidence in life in general. And when you hype yourself up, man, you putting that out there. You're affirming like, hey, yo, I got this, and I'm great, and I'm gonna be great. So that's huge. That's huge for sure. Do you have anything to add to that, E?
Nah, man, he said everything that, like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that he said is just facts. He's just speaking knowledge right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody listen. Please,
I mean,
listen.
there's times like even now though, like I doubt myself, but it's okay. Like you're allowed to doubt yourself, but when you're at the point in your life where you're believing you can't do anything, that's when you need to really hype yourself and be like, what I mean, I'm gonna make it happen. Because everybody is gonna doubt themselves, bro. It doesn't matter. There's always gonna be a situation that makes anyone nervous, and that's just how it is being a human being. Like that's just what it is. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Hey, so okay, we
Mm-hmm.
talking about being your own hype man real quick, okay? Let's go back to we're gonna go to the NBA real quick. So there's this recent report that LeBron said he's done everything. If you look at his resume for this whole season, he's the NBA MVP. Do you guys agree with that? Because
yeah,
he's being a hype man for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot, yeah, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
that's
mean,
it.
he deserves it, bro. Like Jordan had his time, Kobe, it's LeBron, and whoever else is next. What I mean? It's just what it is. LeBron is going to be one of those greats, and he's going to go down in the books as one of the greats. And what I mean? Look at the Lakers, bro. 2 years ago, what were they? Compared to now,
Mm-hmm.
they weren't even relevant. So
That's a big statement. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. That's true, man.
Yeah.
True. So
Yeah.
you think so? Yeah.
17 years, man.
Yeah.
17 years. Like fuck the way he's doing it right now, man. It's 17 years. Shit. You
that boy
know
put
what
a
I'm
million
saying?
dollars, $1 million a year though for his body. That's what I
Yeah,
read.
see the dedication they have, the dedication they have. Hey, just imagine though, like if Jordan, had that kind of training or whatever LeBron is doing to his body, right now, just imagine how many years he's gonna be playing.
That's
Remember,
Yeah.
he
true.
was 40 when he played for the Wizards. I think he was like over 40 or whatever, and that boy dropped 50 points. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So just
Did he?
imagine
Yeah.
having, yeah, I think it was like one of his last games as a Wizards. He dropped like 50, 53 or something. Just imagine having the same like situation that LeBron has with his body. Like, the work they put in. Jordan got the same thing. Man, that's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, LeBron, man, like 17 years, like you can't argue it.
Yeah.
Like the numbers they be putting up, like, you know what I'm saying?
How many years do you think he has left
Every season.
at his nah, I'm just gonna say till he retires. Cause I was
Seven.
7. Okay.
Till his
Yeah,
son
I mean you
comes to the
can.
league. Till he plays with his
Yeah,
son.
Yeah,
yeah.
he was
You
like a
can't,
season or
like,
two.
it's hard to say now because the fact that like Kay was just saying that he put in $1 million in his body. Like, you know what I'm saying. So the longevity of his body is even more than what it's supposed to be. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying. He can play 20, 25 years if you want. Like, you know what I'm saying, with
The
that
right
work
diet.
going towards your body. So the right diet, the right, like, I mean, look at dude. Dude look like he's still a monster. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying.
Urban.
So it's like, damn.
$1 million, man. That's a
Mm,
lot of yoga. I'll tell you right now. That's a lot of yoga and tap dancing right there, bro.
For
Man,
sure.
Everything.
we could barely spend $40
Yeah.
a month at the gym. We you out here
That's
spending a
hey,
million
that's
dollars.
real though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People don't get that though.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's your body though, man. It's important, and that's what this
Yeah.
working at the gym. I remember people would like say like, yeah, my doctor said this, and I got to do this, and if I don't do this, I'm gonna you know die. Like literally, I have people who can't say like, if I don't do this, I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna be taking medication for the rest of my life and probably die within the next year or two. And and then when it comes to like paying monthly membership, they're trying to fight me for a $49 a month membership. I'm like, bro, you gotta understand, you about to die in 2 months. Like you gotta get this is nothing, man. Like let's get you in here and let's get to work. So
Yeah.
I think that's what athletes realize too, is that their body putting certain types of things into their body, the things that they eat, the mentality aspect. It's all an investment in your own life and your own body. And damn, to put $1 million is nothing if you can live. If you're gonna be living this a certain quality of life, and plus it's for his career too. So, putting that kind of effort in and that money is that's something we could all learn, man. We gotta take care of ourselves for sure. For our
Mhm.
Yeah.
kids, right? You bring your kids up,
Yeah.
you bring your son up, okay, and we both have kids here. Taking care of our bodies important, and making sure that we live as long as we can is important at the highest
Yeah.
quality. So
Mhm.
for sure, I like that, man. I like that. So, all right, so we ain't even talk about Giannis at all, huh? For that talk,
I mean, like he's cool. I think he'll get DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year. I think he'll get it.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's been
yeah. I
pushing for
think he'll get
MVP
the
though.
DP.
for
Yeah,
for a little while now. He's been pushing for MVP because he's been doing
mm-hmm.
everything for him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been doing
Yeah,
anything.
everything. Yeah.
Is it,
His brothers are raw too.
bro? I didn't even know his brothers were in the game until I see like them do like the jersey
There's two
exchange.
of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
two
two
of
of
them,
them.
and
Yeah,
one of them's on his team, right?
Okay.
yeah, yeah. One of them is team, and I think that one with Lakers.
Yeah.
He was with the Lakers last year. One of the brothers. But yeah, there was two of them.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest. Do you guys think like having a family member in the league already like helps you get in the league afterwards?
For sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Uh yeah, I mean, because you know agents, you put it it's just like if you're a CEO of a company or you're a boss and you're my little brother, I'm gonna tell him, yeah, he's great. He could do this. Let him try out, let him practice. You know what I mean? So versus someone that doesn't know anybody and has to contact agents and all that. So yeah, definitely I do.
that's tough, huh? Yeah. You think the same thing, E? It makes it a little bit
Yeah,
easier.
yeah. I mean, that's like with everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like anything, like job referral and stuff like that. Like, if you got a brother, be like, oh yeah, he's great. Like, like biggest hype man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
back to
Exactly.
that. Like.
That's real.
So it'd be like you're gonna hype your brother up so he can get the job or he can play in the NBA or do whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shit, it helps him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings a question to my mind. So, Kay, like, being an artist and whatnot, right? You've done collaboration with a lot of people already, and you're continuing to do collaboration. Like, do you find it's easier nowadays? to collab with people with social media the way it is. Just like, cause I feel like that's the same thing for like hoopers, right? Like you can get to know, you can literally DM a pro player that may not be like the best in the game, but has those connections. For an artist, do you kind of see it that way too as well?
Definitely. I mean, it's so easy to send your vocals to another artist. But the problem with that is it takes away the feeling. Like it's not going to be as real as if like I was in the studio with you. You know what I mean? It's like, for example, like with basketball, like you can go to YouTube and you could get training tips, and you can grow off of that. But if you have the actual trainer in front of you, he's going to correct everything. Oh no, you didn't move your feet the right way, right there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's easier, but it's just not as real when the final product comes out. It could be more real, in my opinion. I mean, you still make good tracks like that, and that's what everyone's doing, especially now with COVID. They're just sending vocals, but it's just not the same.
Not the same. For
Yeah,
sure. Bad dude. Okay. And
Mm.
that's a question I had too, because I was just wondering, for me, like, being able to reach out to people via DM and stuff like that, I think it's been definitely a good thing. But to see it from your point of view too, as well, it's just not the same experience and it's not the same connection, I guess you could say. That's a good point
yeah.
too. And you moved around a lot, right? So you're in Oregon right now. Um, and you know, is the opportunities there for you the same as they would be if you were, because I mean, you were in Oregon, you were in Sac, you were in Arizona, I believe, too, for a little bit, no? Or was that just like a
So
visit? It was just a
that
visit.
was just
Visit,
yeah.
okay. Because every time I hit you up, man, it's like you're somewhere different. So, and now you're in Oregon, but so do you feel like putting yourself in the right place to, like, this is for like athletes too, you know what I'm saying? Like putting yourself in the right community, putting yourself in the right location, can help with your growth as you kind of grow to like being successful in the things you like want to do.
uh, I definitely feel like I'm not growing like I should be out here, because there's nothing out here. My people are all in the Bay Area, but due to COVID, because I was supposed to move back already like 4 months ago. That was my
But
plan, but everything was just, there's I couldn't do no shows. My homies aren't trying to lab right now because of COVID, or they at that time they weren't trying to lab, and I looked at it like, well, I'm gonna really miss time from my son for that. Like it wasn't worth it. So I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm still progressing with my music, but for any artist, I feel like it's just a hard time to grow as an artist. Uh, but definitely like the environment that you're in. You know what I mean? It determines how great you could be. Like you're around a bunch of great rappers and they're better than you, you're gonna become great. Or you're around mediocre rappers and you're the best one, and you're gonna either stay where you're at or you're gonna decline. So definitely for hoopers and artists, like you need to be around the best. You need to be around people who are hungry because you feed off that energy. You know what I mean? You're around people who aren't hungry, people who are content with their life and how things are going, and you don't grow.
right,
So
like
yeah,
that, man. I like that. All right, cool. We're gonna end it on that because that's a great point. Unless you have something to add to that, T. Just like
that was good.
Nah, nah, we good.
Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So shoot, we'll end it on that because that's a really, I love that, man. That's some really good information for up and comers, or even just like you said, any age, man. Like if you somebody that's 40 that just wants to start their own business, putting yourself around business people is gonna be important. Like you don't want to, what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. One of the things like we had Dustin a couple episodes ago, and he works with Gary Vee. And one of the things that Gary Vee always talks about is just putting yourself in the right community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't start your own business and think like, okay, I have a dream to have a multi-billion-dollar business, but I got to start from the bottom, but be surrounded by people that are satisfied with 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all they
Exactly.
tell you is you're wasting your time. Go get a job. Um, so I think that's a big deal. If you're a hooper, if you anybody that wants to do something successful, passion, and you're passionate about it, put yourself around the right people, right motivated people with the right mind state, and that'll level you up for sure. So I appreciate that, bro. Okay, cool. I like that, man. There's a lot of good content in this one, man. We're gonna have to chop
Yes,
this one up. There's too
sir.
much information, too much
Yeah.
knowledge, man. Uh, we definitely uplifting some people, but we gonna switch to the
Alrighty.
segment three. You already know what it is. So Kay, basically we jumping into Ed's culture picks. We gonna talk to Ed got a little pick of either his kicks, brands, and then also, Kay, I told you after he's all done, if you want to shout out anybody and tell them a little bit about some brands that you want to give some shine to,
Mm-hmm.
we'll definitely get to that too. But first and foremost, we'll let Tito give us his brand pick or kick.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna do shoes again today. Like the last week I did the forces. Last week I did Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying? We talk about that, but this week I'm gonna go with this one.
Yes,
Ooh, I
sir.
remember those,
Air up
man.
Classic.
tempo. If y'all remember, like you know what I'm saying, you already know who rocked this back in the gap. Like you feel me? Yeah, it still had the number 8 on it. Like Scotty. Like, but yeah, like it's a dope shoes. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a throwback. Like it brings back memories back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Dream Team and all that. So and it's flashy as well. Like you know what I'm saying? I remember when this thing first came out. Like you know what I'm saying? You'll be out there in the court from far away, they can see your
Yeah.
Like,
shoes, bro, with the big
oh!
ass air on it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they got the air, like the big ass air sign. Like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is my pick for the week. Like up tempo, USA edition, Scottie Pippen. Yes,
Hey, no
sir.
lie, I can see Player Mac K rocking those at a show. I can see that.
Mhm.
Hey, you never know, bro. You never know, bro.
I can see
You
that.
never know, right? You never know.
White Nike
But
socks
yeah,
and some
yeah.
shorts.
Uh, hey,
Yep.
Those,
what kind of stuff you be rocking though, Kay? What kind of brands and stuff like that, man?
uh, I don't really, for me, I don't care what brand it is. If it looks good, I'm wearing it. I
Yeah.
don't care where I get it from. You know what I mean? They got finds at
Mhm.
Ross. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not, I like designer too though. It really varies, it depends on the occasion. If I'm going out, if I'm going to Vegas in a club, I'm gonna wear a suit. You know what I mean? I dress for the occasion and I don't care about brands. But I want to give a shout out though to Spiff Passe. You know what I mean? That's my guy Eric and Arby and them.
They got a
Shout
big old
out.
group. Big old group.
Yeah, I really love their whole movement, man. What they're doing, they're a great group of creators, and they definitely inspired me and helped me grow a lot. Shout out to Makuni, that's my little homie's brand. You know what I mean? Thomas Vu,
Shout out.
Shout out.
that's my little brother, man. So I love that guy. So I want him to blow up for surely.
Is that what's his Instagram? You have his Instagram?
Uh, Thomas Vu or Makuni. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't want to get off of the. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll look it up, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, and
yeah,
then we'll
I'll
tag
send
it.
it to
Like
you. I'll
we'll
send it
do
to you.
a
I'll send it
yeah,
to you.
yeah.
I'll send
Send
it
it
to
to
you.
yeah.
me. Send it to us.
Yeah,
But I
We'll
we'll
tag it
tag
up.
definitely,
them
I
out.
definitely,
Like yeah.
yeah, I
Yes,
definitely, I
sir.
definitely support anyone who supports me and anyone who's really driven. Anyone that's going to be consistent and, like that's one thing. Like the problem in the world today is people hate too much. Like if someone's really trying to do something, instead of saying, "Oh, they can't do that," let's say, "Yeah, they're gonna do it," and I'm gonna support them. What's a repost? A repost is nothing, but so many of my friends, you know, what I mean, they don't fully support. As sad as it sounds, I get more support from strangers than I do my friends, and that's
Mhm.
just how the game goes. But it's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, that's. I think that's like that's true. I mean, it's a typical thing, man. I see a lot of content creators and stuff like that. And I'm trying to do content creation myself, and you do get a lot of that, like where um, the people that your close ones might not. They might just expect you to know that they're supporting you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They just
Yeah.
expect
Mhm.
you to know that. But I think it's huge for anybody that's trying to come up. For an artist or an athlete. Um, that's a huge message for their circle, their family, their friends. Hit that share button for 'em, man. Comment, share that with somebody that you might know because we talked about, it's not about sometimes it's about who you know, right?
Not
You know,
what you know. Yeah.
Mhm.
I might have a friend or family member that might send it to somebody that knows somebody that sends it to somebody else that knows somebody that can put me on, put you on as an artist or put an athlete on and get him a training that he, might not have normally gotten. So, connection is
Exactly.
so important. So if you're a friend or family member, man, let's change that whole conversation of, strangers or, content creators and people that want to come up, more than the family and friends. If you're a family or friend and you see somebody trying to do something, hit that share button. It takes a second, bro. Bap, and
Mhm.
then share. I think that's huge.
And it's
Yeah.
24 hours, bro. Like you got to think about it just one day on the story. Like it's really nothing. And
Yeah.
people people don't get that, man. Sometimes like social media is a blessing and a curse because of that. You know what I mean? Like it creates this this image, this facade in our mind, like, oh, this is how it should be. Like, oh, they're not popping, so I'm not gonna repost them. But that's not the mentality that you want to have. You know what I mean? And if you're around a circle like that, get away from that circle, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Facts. Yep.
Facts, bro.
Yep. Yep.
Facts.
Yeah, you gotta put yourself around positive people. 100%.
Exactly.
100% agree with that,
Yes,
Exactly.
man.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like our culture pick, like on my culture pick or whatever, I usually trying to highlight like local brands too. We're trying to support everybody that's local, like you know what I'm saying, trying to like shout out their brand and stuff like that. Like this, what I'm wearing, it's called Eating with
It's,
June.
I know
So
that.
it's you
He's
know
going up,
homeboy,
bro.
yeah,
He's going
yeah,
up.
he's blowing up, man. So I just want to shout him out, like you know what I'm saying. He's like a food blogger, and then now we have his own little pop up cheese fries in usually in Oakland, Hayward area, San Leandro. So he be popping out, like you know what I'm saying. He'll have his little setup, like he'll cook cheese fries for you. And I heard it was fire. I never tried it personally, but I heard it was fire.
We
So
gotta
if
go,
y'all want
man.
to check it out, it's
You got to
called
go support
Eating
that
with
guy.
June. Yep.
Shout out
So
the
he
fire,
has
man.
merch too.
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Yep.
is he the one that like did like his eating show like in front of his garage a couple times in the video? I think I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, like early on, like I
Mhm.
think when he first started, I seen some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all
Yep.
right, yeah. Hey, we gotta go, man. We gotta go get some of that. What was it that he
Oh, we
has?
have to,
What
man.
does it eat?
He has is steak cheese fries.
Dude, we gotta go, bro.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
Don't tell, hey,
Man,
Hey,
I heard it was
don't tell that
fire.
trainer we had last week.
Hey, bro.
hey,
Hey,
hey.
see, we have steak and then we have some fries. Steak is cow, like right, you know what I'm
Big
saying? It's
bro,
beef,
yeah.
and then and then fries is potato, right? It grows. So we good,
Yeah, we
we
good.
good.
Did
Yeah.
you have something you want to add to that, Kay? So you know.
Yeah. Well, he knows my homies and stuff, and like I seen him at some videos. But one thing that I want to add is just like if you're an entrepreneur or you like cooking food, definitely this is the time to do it. A lot of it is going up. A lot of people are making plates, clothes, and um, a lot of people are on the internet right now because they're not out. So if you're an entrepreneur, definitely pursue what you want to do and try to push your movement right now because this is the time.
Yeah,
Everything is going up, and everybody's supporting. Everybody is supporting more
Mhm.
than what they were. I know that that goes against what I said earlier, but like it's like everybody is supporting for
yeah.
sure.
I think that's yeah, especially
Yep.
with like people being stuck at home. Like you have this opportunity right now where you're forced to be at home and you're forced to really go within yourself, the things that you love to do. And even like during the beginning of this whole pandemic thing, man, I told people all the time, like, and it was that whole mentality, like, okay, so we're gonna be stuck at home, so now we really gotta, and people were, not working, places were closing down, and whatnot, so you had to find a way, man. Everybody had to start at square one. So getting in tune with like your passions and stuff like that is important. That's why a lot of people were like doing, freaking the mountain biking. They're doing a lot of vlogging. People were jumping on. Dude, like I kid you not, when I went to like to buy this laptop that I'm running this whole setup on, um, the like gaming laptops were gone. Everybody was trying to be a gamer. Gaming mics, everything was
Mhm.
gone. Everybody jumping on
Everything.
Twitch.
You
Uh,
can't find PS4 controller anywhere.
Nah, nah, dude. Everybody was trying to stream. Now everybody streams. Everybody does some,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. And actually, I see I got a family member who's been doing streaming like DJ sets, for like an hour. And he's been
That's
getting a
dope.
lot of pull. So shout out to DJ Aaronel. He's
Shout
doing his
out.
thing. Yeah. So I think that's people are being like super creative now, which is real cool. Um, and like with people doing like the food shows and stuff like that, creating your own brands, shirts, all that good stuff, it's huge and it's a good opportunity. And if you guys want to get your brands on here, you know what I'm saying, you can feel free to sponsor one of our episodes. You can start doing that. So put your
Yes,
brand up
That's
on
sir.
our
right.
episode. You feel me?
Yep.
We'll get you on here, and that way you have a little bit of promotion and we want to support all brands. That's our goal: is support brands, support people that want to do better, that want to follow their passions, people that want to share their journey. I think that's a huge thing. That's something that me and Ed, me and Tito here are trying our best to do, is to make sure that we get everybody on here, such as
Mhm.
people like Playa Mac, who's on their journey and trying to rise up and do things for their family. You got a son, you trying to do things, so that's huge. Um, so All right, so we got the brands out the way. So we got the air. What was those the shoes?
Air up
He
tempo.
was
Let me
like, I
go get the
forgot
shoes
Air
it.
up
for you.
tempos. Air up
He said
Yes,
I
tempos.
left
sir.
them
I
in
got
that
it back.
year.
Air up tempo.
I
Yep.
always wanted a pair of those. I always want a pair. I don't know how they work. I don't know how performance wise. Have you played them to me?
Mm-mm.
Nah. Okay. Yeah. I
No.
don't know. I'm like looking at them. I feel like damn. I might hurt myself in those.
Yeah,
Shoot,
no,
they
for
look
sure.
clean as hell.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we got that out the way. You got your shout outs in, Kay. Uh, I wanted to ask you guys before we get off, because it's something I think we should ask everybody coming on. Talked about it last weekend, and you asked the question like, who do you model your game after, right? Uh, so
Mm-hmm.
Kay, I've hooped with you several times.
Hey, yeah. My
Okay,
bad. Hold
no,
on.
you good, you good,
Stop.
you good.
Kids being
So.
kids, you know?
Yeah, that's how it is, bro. That's how it is.
Yes, that
Uh,
is. Like, we live, bro. We live.
that's
So
how.
this,
Hey,
this, yep,
last
It's
time
all
we
good.
had Junior on here, we was so live. He
yep.
he went from the car to the barber shop back to the car. Like that's how live we.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, though. That's dope, though. That's dope.
So
Yep.
but okay, who do you model your game after, man? Who do you feel like you play like and why on the court?
This was such a hard question for me, because I really didn't grow up watching a lot of NBA, so I had to ask my friend. I'm like, hey, who do you think I play like?
Yeah.
And he said Harden, and I said why? And he said because you're deceptively fast, strong, and in my game, like I move around a lot, so I'm trying to get you off balance. So like when you're off balance, you know what I mean, I could either step back, sidestep, or shoot. So I'd say Harden, you know what I mean, but I don't know,
No, that's actually,
to
you
be
know what? Hey, I play with them T, and okay, you're right,
Mm-hmm.
dude. That's actually a really, really good comparison, bro. Because you're fast too, but you're more crafty with the way you go through. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you get your offensive moves in. So that's a really, really good comparison, bro. Like I can see that. I can see that big time.
All right, man. We gotta get you in the court, dog.
I
You know
know,
what I'm
honest.
saying?
man. I know. I've been
But
trying
Yeah.
to,
Come
man.
back. Hey, when you
I
come
don't want
back
to
to
get
the basement,
embarrassed
we got
by
you.
Benny. I'm like, I see this guy. I'm like, damn, but this dude's hooping better than he did 15 years ago. I'm like,
The one v
Right?
ones, one v
no
one.
cap, bro.
Nah, we have fun with it, man. I think it's cool to think about that comparison, and like we talked about last time, Tito. Like the reason why it's such a hard question too is because you're taking pieces of other people's games. That's what was hard for
Mm-hmm.
me, taking pieces of other people's games and putting it together and then creating your own, which is kind of like what you do in music, too as well. You styles, different styles. You said that you originally got started in that hyphy movement. Now it's a little bit different, taking little pieces of everybody and putting it together. So we already know, T. I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, who do you think you play like and why? I already know what your answers are gonna be. So
Mm-hmm.
that AI,
Oh,
Tito. Yeah,
oh
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, oh yeah, AI. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where I patterned my game, like from day one, like, you know what I'm saying, to now. But now it's like, there's so many things that's going on. Like, they have the step back, they have the Euro, they have, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to adjust to everything.
The
Now I'm
carry.
trying to do,
Yeah, the carry
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep, everything, yeah, exactly. Yep. So he's just trying to tweak everything now and stuff like that. So I mean, like, yeah, for the most part, it's AI.
Yeah.
You know, that's
There you go. And you
yeah.
guys know my mind's gonna be I try my best to model my game after, Kobe and Jordan, all those guys with the footwork and the pull up jumpers and those kind of things. Obviously not the
Hmm.
dunking, but right. But hey, hey, you know what's funny? Hey, Kay used to be able to dunk, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
when I
that,
was doing
man. We
yoga.
got to get some of
When
those
I was
videos
doing
up, bro. I think I'm gonna put that on the Hoop podcast if we can get any of those videos. You
when
got
I
any
was
videos
doing
for us?
yoga. I
Yeah,
don't.
was
I
that-
wish, hey, bro. I wish I did though, but you know what I mean. At that time, iPhone 4, iPhone 3, we
yeah.
didn't really. We were just in the lab. We were training. You know what I mean. We weren't really recording like now. But yeah, I used to, and I want to again. But like I said, it takes a lot of dedication, and my focus is on other things right now. It's on music.
Yeah,
Like I
Hmm.
said, my son. I'm trying to make him great. So
that's
that's
good,
my
man.
main focus now.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good, man. Hey, quick question. So, because I was talking to somebody, and you said dedication, that kind of stuff, and that you used to be able to. So, did that take a lot of training? I want to ask you that because I have somebody that I spoke to the other day, and they're like, my son's reached his limit as far as his jumping ability, and he's probably only like maybe 16, 17, I want to say.
Oh,
Um, okay.
I think that statement is wrong. I didn't at 18 I was two hand dunking, and then when I was older I wasn't able to one hand dunk, and I was jumping off 2 feet. Um, and then when I got older, like when we were playing at 24 in Sunnyvale, I can dunk off 1 foot, one hand, but couldn't do two. The type of training I had, because I'm not naturally athletic. You know what I mean? I was always able to grab the rim, but the type of training that I had to do for it was crazy. I would strict diet, count calories, no smoking, no drinking, um, strict workout plan. I didn't really play with a lot of people, and I would try to dunk every night. Like it takes so much if you're not naturally athletic, it takes so much discipline. Like you have to give up a lot of stuff in order to do it, because your body has to operate at a different level. So
Right.
like you have to change so many things, but it's possible. Like my bro Mac, he didn't dunk for like 5 years. This dude's 34 and he started dunking last year out of nowhere, which is
Mm.
crazy to me.
Hey, so there's still
Like,
hope, T.
no,
No,
oh
there's
God.
still hope, man. There's still
No, for
hope,
sure.
bro. I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll see.
I like that, man. Yeah, I feel like 'cause that's true, man. I really feel like that's a big message that since you're able to do it, you're speaking from experience. Like it took the dedication in everything that I did to be able to get to what I wanted to get done what I needed to get done, which is dunking. And that like shout out to the dude that mentioned that to me because you probably already if you're watching or if you see this, yeah, it was literally just like I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. But his kids athletic and his kids talk like these kids, man, what they be eating to get to the heights they're at. Right now, I had like you got 6 foot Filipino kids with 5'4" parents. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hella weird. But these kids now, I mean, they gotta have that mentality. And the thing about it is I had one person say, like I said, I had the dad saying like he's reached his limit at probably 5'11", young, 18 years old, 17, 18 years old. He still can do it. So, and I think,
Exactly.
yeah, with you saying that, I think that's a big thing.
I'm not trying to, what I mean, knock him as a dad, but you gotta, like I said, be your son's biggest hype man. Just tell him, you are gonna dunk and do different things. I bet you he's not doing yoga. I bet you he's not doing that consistently. I bet you he's not on a workout program. So it's especially that young, it could happen. And like I didn't dunk and I trained hard for 3 months and I was able to dunk. So it really just takes that dedication. Like you're like, oh, 3 months is nothing, but that 90 days of straight grinding, like not even going on dates, not hanging out with girls, just straight hoop, and you can get it. But it's just so hard, you know what I mean? There's a lot of distractions. So I hope you
Uh,
can dunk though, bro. Oh,
Mhm.
man, dude. All right, cool. I like that, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Um, that's pretty much it, man, for the show. Final
No, I
thoughts.
got one. I got one.
Oh, shoot. Go ahead. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
got one.
All right.
So, and then we artists like music and all that. So, top five artists.
sheesh. So for me, uh, it depends on the time, because like when I was growing up, there was a lot of gangster stuff that I like. I like the Chronic, I like Pac, I like Snoop, Corrupt, DPG, and
Mm-hmm.
then I went through a hip hop phase, and I can't pick five. You know what I mean? It's hard for me. I like right now. I like Meek Mills. I like Lil Durk. Um, I like Drake. uh, it just depends. But I like all sorts of music. Like if you go through my playlist, I have stuff from RBL Posse. You know what I mean? I like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really pick a top five.
Okay. That. Hey,
Yeah.
I do that. Yep.
It
Yep.
changes though.
Hey.
It changes. Like you could have what I mean? It depends on the times, because sometimes I feel different. Sometimes I want R&B. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though, personally.
All right. All right. So if you so let's put it this way. So if you're stuck in an island and you got
And you about to die.
five albums that you can take with you, which would it be?
Five
Any kind.
albums.
Yeah, any kind, like rap, hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like rock,
Oh,
whatever
no,
it is,
bro.
country,
I
anything,
can't
bro.
decide. I'm
5 hours.
sorry, bro. I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's so hard for me, bro, because really, like, I just stream so many different types of music, bro. Like I'm in the Bay Area and I feel a certain way, and I'm in Oregon I feel a certain way. I can't pick, bro. I'm sorry. I, I
I'm
just
taking
don't know.
I'm taking Space Jam soundtrack with me. That's
So
one of
yeah.
my.
Hey, that soundtrack go crazy though.
Yeah, hey, basketball Space Jam album. I'm good, man. I feel all right.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Hey, you know
yeah.
who's a good
Yeah.
rapper that is a crazy hooper? Is
The
Dribble Too
game.
Much?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
he
Bro,
is.
yeah,
He is.
yeah, yeah. ATL.
yeah,
Mhm.
Shout out to Dribble Too Much.
Dribble
Yeah.
Too Much
Ankle
is
Breaker. You
yeah.
heard the song
Oh
Ankle
my
Breaker?
God, yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
the
yeah.
challenge
He
thing,
dope.
man, and I was like, damn, yeah. He surprisingly
Yeah, he
enough,
got a like he got an album too out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he got an
yeah,
album, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, big shout out to him,
Yeah.
man. There's a lot of hoopers out there that multi-talented, multifaceted for sure, bro. Um,
For sure.
Yeah.
cool, man. All right, so I mean, he couldn't give us his top five, but he gave us some.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's good, but I got I'm gonna catch you off guard. You know what I'm saying? Because we live. This how it is out
Yeah,
here,
nah.
man. No cap, no bullshit. Like off live, off top of the head and nothing. So start bench cut, rappers edition. I got I
Oh
got
shit.
Eminem, Jay Z, and Tunchi,
And who?
Lil Wayne,
Oh,
Tune.
for sure, for sure. That's a good.
Yeah,
That's actually a good list. That's actually a
yeah,
good list.
All right, so
yeah.
explain to
So
him what the
start bench
start
cut.
bench cut. Start explain to
So
him.
pretty much, so you get like like a basketball thing. Like you're gonna start somebody, and then you're gonna bench somebody, come off the bench, and then you're gonna cut someone. So those three, who you're gonna start, who you're gonna bench, and who you're gonna cut.
Hmm. If it's a battle, Lil Wayne.
You
If
start Lil Wayne.
it's yeah, if it's a battle, it just depends on
Hmm.
what are we compete. Like it just depends on the circumstances. Jay-Z definitely like he's one of the rap pioneers. Like look at his success. Like he's one of the only artists that's a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I can't. And Eminem, he's crazy. He's
Yeah,
multi-talented. So I'd start all three. Do I have to bench some of
yeah.
them?
You got to bench
Yeah,
somebody,
so you have to bench. So you have to
and then we're
start
gonna
one. You
tag it
have
and
to
send it
bench
to him.
one.
Now.
You have to cut one. So
Uh,
yeah, put you in
I
the spot
think
real
I
quick.
think
You know what I'm saying?
I think I don't really like Jay Z too much, so I'd probably bench him and Eminem
Okay.
and Lil Wayne. Like he's just so talented and he's current. Like he's still doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like he's around a lot of artists who are still coming up, like Drake and Nicki Minaj fell off, but he's around these artists who are still at that level, so he's maintaining and he's still at the top right there.
Hmm.
So I don't know, but then I could
So
say that with Jay
you
Z and Beyonce. So I don't know.
okay. So you starting Wayne? Who you
Yeah,
benching?
Eminem and Jay Z.
Eminem. Who you cutting? You gotta cut
Oh, I
somebody.
gotta cut someone.
Yeah.
I cut Jay Z. I don't really
Okay.
like his music
Okay.
too much, but you know
Okay.
what I mean.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So hey, facts here. So we starting Wayne, benching M, and cutting Jay Z. You already here. Yes, sir.
Who you got, E?
Yep. Big fact, huh?
Who you started bench
It's
cut?
hard, man. Like what he said, it's so hard because Jay Z is like the pioneer of hip hop. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
He
Jay
really
Z
is,
did
bro.
everything, everything. Like you know what I'm saying? And then M changed the whole hip hop game.
He did.
M like M changed the whole hip. He didn't like see Eminem like he took like his flavor and then put it in the hip hop game. He didn't he didn't take the hip hop game and put it in him, but nah, he just took his flavor and then we all adapt to it.
Yeah.
And then Lil Wayne, man, Lil Wayne's been around since like freaking he was 16. Like you know what I'm saying? He can change. See the difference about Lil Wayne is like he can adapt to any culture.
Exactly.
Like you
You know
know
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? So
Yeah.
like now, like the culture of hip hop now since 2000 or like early 2000s or whatever is so different. But Lil Wayne's still putting out hits, still putting out
'Cause
albums. So it's like I don't know, my mind blows. Like I don't know who I'm cutting, I don't know who but yeah, that's why it's not my that's why it's my segment if I ask people. So I don't have to do it.
hey,
You know what
I'm
I'm
actually
saying?
reading that Jay Z his book. I'm actually reading his book,
Oh yeah.
the Jay Z
Oh
book.
yeah,
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 I just
yep.
started that book last week, so it's really interesting. Um,
Yeah.
And he really is one of the pioneers. He's been around since Run DMC and all that, and he set a lot of trends. And like you said with Eminem, like he came into the game and changed the style of, but he also opened up a lot of doors for other artists that
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
weren't
Yeah.
just one race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to
Exactly.
respect that. And Lil Wayne, he's timeless because he was around the greats. He was around Birdman, and he's around Drake. So that's why he's able to keep that longevity, because he's surrounding himself with these artists who are at the top. Like Drake is at the top,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
his mentor is Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne's able to
Yep.
vibe off his energy, like what we were talking about earlier. You are who you surround yourself with. You know what I mean? If
Yes,
I'm
sir.
around better, great
Facts.
artists, yeah. So
I don't know, man.
Jay Z's more.
If I'm going to a battle, though, I'm taking M with me every time.
Oh yeah, and
Everybody's
and
Same,
scared.
crazy,
bro.
Oh
and
yeah,
crazy.
everybody's
Yeah,
scared to
Hey,
put out
and
anything
crazy.
against him, man. Come on. And he
Yeah,
just comes out
and
with
crazy.
he comes out with a 1.5 minute like diss rap. You're done, man. Your career might be over after that. Like, so I
Yeah.
don't
he'll
know.
sock
I
you in
mean,
the
he did
face.
it to MGK, right? I mean, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly. He did that to him, man. This shit was a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah, it was
After
over,
that,
man.
this time, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
All right, man. Well,
yes,
hey,
sir. There you
that's
go.
good, man. That's good. Hey,
Yeah.
I like that
I
you
gotta catch him
hijacked it.
off guard,
You
man. So
did, you
you know what
did.
I'm saying? I had to catch him off
I was
guard.
like, 5 albums. I was like, can I bring my phone and stream them off iTunes? I'm like, what are these albums?
Hey, you know what? It's crazy because people think that, oh, I can just name top. Like, nah, it's hard, bro. You have to
It's
go
hard.
back so much. That's
Yeah,
like, man, you listen to so many music that you don't know. Like, but I can listen. Like, I can say top three, top five. Like, it's just hard.
yeah.
Like to like
It
just
definitely
come up
is.
with that top five.
Yeah, I think that's what
Yeah.
thing
So
that's cool about this podcast is, we talk about music and it is a basketball oriented thing, but they coincide the culture of both, like they coincide together so much. Like we talked about it last time. We play music before a game to get us in the zone, get us to, in this mind state like, okay, we're in a specific type of we have this specific mind state that we want to get into where we're friggin' hungry and just we're ready to go to battle, whatever. Some people listen to Marvin Gaye apparently, right? But we
Hey,
have whatever gets you
timeless,
going. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Whatever gets you going.
timeless.
Yeah. So
yep.
I think they definitely come together. So appreciate that, man. Tito hijacked the episode real quick and caught the
Hey,
Yeah,
guest
real
off
quick.
guard. I
You know
like
what
that. I
I'm
like that.
saying? Yep. Yeah. We can't.
uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So final thoughts. You know, great episode. Thank you again, Player Mac, for coming on. Make sure you check him out
Yes,
on
sir.
Instagram. If you can't see it on our screen right now, PlayerMac_K. Um,
Yeah.
and go check out his music. Go follow. You have like a YouTube too as well, right? Okay.
yes, sir.
YouTube,
Yeah,
iTunes. What
all
else?
that Spotify. I'm on all digital platforms. Just look me up. I'm actually working on a project right now. With all female artists. I feel like nobody has done that. It's called Forever Mackin Ladies Edition. So I'm doing that
Shout
for all
out.
my ladies.
Okay.
A lot of talented artists, a lot of singers on there, a lot of girls who rap that are up and coming. So I'm really excited for that. So when I drop, I expect y'all to listen to it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Go cuddle with your girl, go on a drive. So,
There you go.
Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Lil Hoop Lifestyle Podcast Player Max dropping to all female album.
hey,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
gotta be
Yeah.
different, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody's
hell
doing
yeah,
that.
hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make sure we shout that out and we keep tagging that. So keep us updated, man. Keep us in the loop on that so we can make sure
For
once it
sure.
comes out, we're gonna blast it as much as we can on all our social
Yep.
media. But check out Player Mac uh, right now on Instagram. As soon as you hear this, check out his music. And just so you know, our intro
Download it.
is this gentleman right here with us on the cast. Big shout out to him again
Mm-hmm.
for doing that. It was unexpected, but really, really, as soon as it came on, man, my kid's still saying some of the saying some of the lines.
Hey, bro. That
So I
we got to make
appreciate
that
that.
that song classic. We got to keep pushing the movement. And Kobe is out now. You know what I mean? Featuring Maney, produced by Bird. So if y'all like hooping, hoop to that song.
Check
Get
that out.
pumped up, whatever. That
iTunes,
or
Yep.
Marvin Gaye.
Check it
That
out.
Spotify,
or
Check it
Marvin
out. Check
Gaye.
it
Marvin Gaye.
out.
Why not? Why
Yeah.
not?
That
Marvin
or
Gaye.
Marvin
Hey,
Gaye.
shout out. Shout out. Shout out. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
man.
So, what's your Instagram? So, like, let everybody know on the podcast and stuff like that because
It's
they can't.
Play Mac.
Some people can't see.
Okay. It's Play Mac _K. And you can look me up anywhere, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, or whatever. But hey, I want to thank you guys though for having me on here. Like this was awesome, and I really enjoyed it. And you know what I mean, shout out to all my parties watching this because you know we we pushing the movement, bro. Pushing the
Yeah,
movement, man.
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes, sir, man.
yeah. We
Yeah.
appreciate you having coming on with us, man. Any final thoughts, E?
Nah, man, just appreciate him coming out. Like, you feel me? Like, he's big, man. We got a player Mac artist, like, out here. You feel me? So, yeah, Bay representative from Oregon. So, yeah, man, appreciate you coming out.
Yeah,
Yep.
hey, we all got hyped when we heard Hoop creating a song. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, man, the first time I heard that, man, I hit a band, like, yo, Ben, you just said your name, bro.
That's the movement, man. That's the movement for sure.
Hey,
Yes,
who
sir.
crate gear go crazy though, bro. You gotta, you
Yep.
know what I mean? The gear go crazy.
Yeah.
So if you haven't, you know what I mean, tune in, tap in, check out his gear, man, because a lot of y'all sleeping on that, man.
Yeah,
It's just fire.
appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. All right, man. We gonna end it like that, man. We gonna end it with that. And again, thanks for being on, Kay. I'm pretty sure we'll have you on again, especially once your new album drops. We'll make sure we promote that and push that as much as possible. So
For
keep
sure.
an eye on this guy
Yes,
right here,
sir. Yes,
man.
sir.
He's coming up in the game. Continue to work hard for him and his son. And yeah, man, we'll just end it there. So talk
I
to you guys
appreciate you.
later.
There you go,
All
man.
right.
Another
See ya.
great episode,
Good
man. Hoop
episode,
Lifestyle Podcast.
Lifestyle Podcast.